Right, it is time to replace the sway bar mounts. This video will only cover one side, the left. I will do a video on the right side, but you're going to have to wait. Why? Because I was doing honeydews this morning and I have to do honeydews tomorrow. And if you don't know what honeydews are, look it up. So that means I can only play with my car when honeydew allows me. Let's get on with it. It's fun on this side. I am led to believe the other side is even worse.
Yep, this is today's and tomorrow's fun. These are dead easy to do. These, not so much. The left-hand side is relatively simple. The right-hand side, not so much. That's going to be a long, slow process. Lots has to come off. Anyway, parts. I don't know why it says XR8. 19697. That's the sway bar bushes. I sincerely hope they're correct. They look it. I'll find out, won't I? And these, of course, which are the sway bar links. Why am I doing the sway bar? You may be asking yourself, why am I doing these? Well, it's simple. Ever since I've had the car, there has been a noise. It sounded like a very metallic rattle. And with the exception of these parts, I've replaced everything on the front suspension. And you know, I planned on doing this. These were definitely in the list of to-do. However, I put out a question on the forum and said, hey guys, you know, I know this is a long shot, but I got this rattle. I've replaced all of these items, blah, 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 blah. Anybody, you know, got an idea? And one person immediately said, sway bar bushes. And I thought, I don't know, the sound isn't quite like that, but maybe it is. So I went ahead and purchased these items. Now I'm going to install them and let's see if my rattle goes. We will see. Right, that is one of the mounts there. Although you can see the nuts on the underside, they're part of the chassis, so you can't undo them from under here, because that would have been a really good idea, you know, to be able to undo them from under here. But no, we don't want to do that. What? Make it a reasonable access for the mechanic? I think I can get those from above with some long extensions. That's on the left hand side. Now on the right hand side, looks easy, doesn't it? Yeah, there it is. Yep, sure as hell can get to that one. The other one, I'm led to believe, and I have no reason to doubt it, is difficult because of the valve that's directly above it, which is the heater valve. Now, I don't know if I need to remove the heater valve to get to it, or whether I can finagle it. So I'm going to do the left-hand side first. Hopefully, I'll be able to get to the bolts from above. Let's give it a go. Right, see that down there between the hoses? That is one. The other one I'm going to have to get to just going down this side. I don't think I can show it to you, but hopefully you can see it. That's it, way down there. Let's try and get them. I believe they're 13mm. So yeah, I've taken off the airbox and the scudoofy pipe. What a stupid name. It's a fucking intake pipe. Right, I've also taken out the base of the airbox. I wasn't going to, but it means I can get the angle here with my extension onto the bottom. How I'm going to get the bolts back in is a whole another story, but let's see if I can get that one off, and then I'll go underneath and see how I can get, or maybe I can get my arm down here, I don't know yet, to get the bush out. And I'm not sure yet whether I will put copper grease in. They seem to have, let me show you, hang on. You see they seem to have some kind of lining. I won't say it's carbon fibre, but I'm wondering if that's a strength lining and I should still put copper grease in. I do like my copper grease. I got a feeling it can't do any harm, but that may even be copper in itself, in which case I'm really not going to do any harm, am I? The harm I'm going to do is trying to get this fucking thing in. Alright, let's get on with it. There's the bracket. Managed to get that off by pulling this hose this way and shoving my arm down there. I've got a replacement for this hose because it's collapsing. Very tempted to do it now, but of course it means draining the cooling system, which I really didn't want to do just today. Now the problem is getting the sway bar mount off of the bar. It moves easy, side to side. Right, still working on the left-hand side. In order to make life easier for myself, and the fact that I'm going to replace these parts, I am removing the sway bar links. Now it is a 5mm Allen wrench in the middle and a 15mm spanner on the outside. However, when you come down here, I think that is a 13. Hang on. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a 13. I'll let you know in a second. Right, that little baby there is a 13. The other side is a 15, and you will need a socket because the spanner can't quite reach. You will find you can't get this bolt out, but it doesn't matter because the link will come out anyway. Now, my link, I mean, it's quite firm, but it does move quite easily, so I'm going to replace that. But now it means I can move this sway bar up and get the bush out. Hang on a second. And there, with a bit of persuasion, I managed to pull it to here. I must admit, it doesn't look terrible. Let's take it off, hang on. It doesn't look terrible in there. Of course, who knows what the one on the other side looks like. But now I'll put the new one on. Before I would just check the diameter looks roughly the same. Let's do that now. I tell you what, this one looks slightly smaller, which makes me think that this is worn away. Yeah. All right, I'm going to grease this now, get this in. I will clean up this bracket, and then we'll put it back together. Okay, whilst it was not possible to show you what I was doing because the room here is minimalistic, the two bolts, this currently is on the back bolt, and what I did is through the wheel arch, push the rubber bush along and got the bracket on it with copious amounts of grease, because that's what I like to do. You do what you want to do. Sorry. Then with the bracket on there, reaching down through, well, through here, I used a spike just to line the hole up. Now, where is it? Oh, here it is. Now, it's a big spike. It's much fatter than the hole. But what that does mean is that I could push it in gently, because I don't want to damage the thread, and it would take up all the slackish. That's the only word I can think of. And then I got this bolt with my hands by pulling the hose here out of the way and got the bolt in, but not, the threads weren't locking. Then, and this, I tell you, this is fucking convoluted, but it worked for me, so maybe it would work for you. Then I had the wrench here with the socket on it and the tape, and I'll show you that in a second, to hold the bolt. Then I pulled out said probe and fed the wrench down with a UJ on it and the bolt. Got it started so I know one is aligned. Then with that loose, I then started this one, and as I said, got my hand down there and wiggled and jiggled and piggled until I could. Sorry about that, the battery ran out. Bloody things don't last long. So once I'd got the front one in and I'd managed to grab a few threads and I was secure, then I said, okay, fine, let's do the back one. And as I said previously, and if I'm repeating myself, it's because I don't know where the fuck I am because of that battery. I pulled this out of the way, got my hand down there, the bolt was already there, it just wasn't lined up, and then using fingers only, got it to start. Then managed to get the UJ on with this arm and tightened it up. All of that would have not really been possible in my mind without taking the fucking wheel off and taking all of this airbox shit out of the way. Now it's a matter of tightening up the bolts, putting the nice new link back on, and then tomorrow, well, I think I've got a honeydew tomorrow. A honeydew is house hunting. So I've got to put this all back together now. Right, that's it. Oh, by the way, anybody got one of these? Mine's fucked. Poor little thing. It's old. I don't even know what the fuck you call that. Hey, 2 old classics. You are the font of S-type knowledge. What's this called? Where the fuck can I get one? By the way, any of you that have an S-type, be it an S-type R or be it a 3.6, don't know why anybody buys that one. Joking, I know it's good. Watch 2 old classics. He is very knowledgeable, very helpful, and he's one of my, I want to say, a long distance friend. And I hope he agrees. And if he doesn't, there's fuck all I can do about it. He's in the good old UCK, and I'm in the good old USA. So we're probably about 8,000 miles apart. But we're friends. So, can you see that there? See that green tape? That green tape is on the bolt. Let me show you what I did, how I did it, and how I can get rid of that shit. So, that's what I do to prevent a bolt from dropping out. Could use magnets, but this is easy. And then the tape sometimes comes back with the socket if you put it on the right way round, and I didn't. But never mind, hey. Now get out of my garage, go do some shit.